Morning. It's a dark morning. Gotta get my jacket. Let me put this down a minute. You're in my car. Work car. You are in my work car. Good morning. Hang on a minute. Okay. All right, we're back. You got the puppy? Okay. It's another dark morning. Today is it's Friday, October 22nd. It is 6:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is dark out. I titled this Red Shirt Friday because in the fire service, since 9/11, firefighters across the country have been wearing red shirts on Friday to honor our servicemen and women who are giving up their time and their safety to protect all of us. So that's how we honor them. We honor them every Friday by wearing a red shirt. I'm, as you can see, I'm wearing, and that's because my red shirt's in the laundry. But it doesn't, I guess, take away from the fact that it is Red Shirt Friday. Good morning, Terry. How are you? It's good to see you. I hope things are going well for you today on this very dark Friday morning. We keep slipping slowly into the darkness of winter here on October 22nd. Are you wearing a red shirt? That's fantastic. See that? We're on like a wavelength. I don't know if you saw, but when I started, I said that we wear red shirts on Friday in the fire service since 9/11 to honor our servicemen and women until we get them all home here. And so when I go to work, there'll be a sea of red shirts there, which has been happening every Friday since, gosh, for 20 years now. Hard to believe it's been 20 years since that terrible day. It's kind of like I used to hear my parents talk about when President Kennedy was assassinated. They remembered exactly where they were and what they were doing. And I can remember that with 9/11. I know exactly where I was, what I was doing. I was at work. Of course, it was in the morning. We were having a briefing in the morning and getting ready for our day. But we're not really here to talk about that. We'll talk about happy things. So how's things going? You have heat and hot water, I hear. That's a good thing. I'm glad for that. Oh boy. Colleen's got Molly today. All right, you have your heat and stove working again. You should have hot water today. I should make a video about red shirt. Tag a couple of people. It would be a big thing. Well, yeah, you know what? That's a great idea. I probably should. I'll have to do it one day soon on a Friday. And, I'm sure you may know somebody who's in the service or a past family member. So that's what we do to honor all those folks. We need to think about all our friends and family, whether they're in harm's way or not. I had another friend of ours, Mrs. M, who has her YouTube channel, and her husband's not doing well right now. So we've been thinking about her and her family. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing about that. Molly keeps running around me with her lead. She's going to end up tripping me.
She's just so happy to be outside and having a walk.
She's having a ball. So today it's a little humid, actually. It's warm. I think we're going to get some rain today. It's not as cold as it was. I put my jacket on, but I'm not cold at all. Very overcast as I look up. How's things where you are at today? All's well in the RV park, other than the things that are going on? Oh, no way. Armored Tank Division in World War II. Wow. That's fantastic. Where the fire station where I used to work, we every week we would sponsor the senior citizens every Thursday, and one of the gentlemen there he was in the Patton's Third Army, which I think that tank division was part of his Third Army, and it was really good to get to know him and hear the stories. I mean, we're all just way too young to even be anywhere close to that war and what happened, but I'm a huge history buff, and you know, we lose members of that greatest generation. I mean, there's not many of them left anymore, so I really took the opportunity to become friends with that guy and learn all about his life. He when I met him, he was probably 89. Guy was sharp as a tack, was very mobile, was still driving at the time. And then he passed away when he was 92. One of the things that I had the honor of being part of was he had invited Colleen and I to a ceremony where the country of France came over. I guess better late than never. And they made him a chevalier for his part in the war. And that is the French equivalent of being knighted. So that was a great honor to be able to be part of that ceremony where that hero was honored and became a knight. He helped liberate France. And I guess it took him some time, 50 years or better, 70 years, whatever, to honor him, but very well deserved. So you guys got some rain last night? Oh, that's good. I'm glad. You know, we all need peace in our life, and hopefully you can get some rest and it's not too cold for you guys. There's nothing worse than trying to survive when it's cold. At least for me, anyway. If anybody's watched any of my past live streams, that's all I do is whine about the cold. I'm not a huge fan. I don't like having this coat on. I'd rather have a t-shirt and shorts. When the time is right, we're going to bid adieu to New England, and I'm going to head somewhere where it's warm. Maybe not too warm. My folks live in Florida, and I know in July, August, September, it gets brutally hot there. Yeah, wow. Oh, I'm so interested. This guy too, the one I was mentioning. So he was a pharmacist by trade, and when he got drafted, they made him an assistant to a doctor. But when they were getting ready to do the storm the beaches in Normandy, he went to training in Florida. He trained on a Higgins boat, and then he stormed the beach. He was able to, he survived that, thank God, and he was able to help liberate France. Then they went on to Italy, and then he was in the Battle of the Bulge, and he survived that. A lot of guys over there. I wonder if he knew your fiance's dad. Probably not. I mean, again, we're talking about thousands of guys, but what a great honor for those kids at the time to make it back. I mean, and live to tell about it. I can't imagine myself, and I don't think the youngins of today, whether they think about it or even realize the safety that these folks put themselves, or the harm that they put them into at the time, so we can do this. We can walk around free and get on chats and talk about our heat and and how our dogs are doing. I have a special place in my heart for those folks. So let your fiance know that I don't know his dad, but I tip my hat to him. Those guys, they're heroes in my eyes. Being in the fire service, people, they talk about us being heroes and that. And again, I guess we don't really look at it that way. We're just doing our job. And I'm sure those guys felt the same way, but those are true heroes. True heroes. Same with the service folks that we have today. Again, why we wear our red shirts on Friday in honor of those heroes. It's huge. Who knows? They may have been together in the same group. Yeah, my friend George. He when I met him, we just started talking about things. I don't know how the topic of the war came up. A lot of those guys, they don't really talk about it, but when he knew I had an interest in it, he really told me his story, and we talked about it every day, and he told me a little bit of the things he went through. He gave me a bunch of books about World War II, and especially about Patton's Third Army, of course, the group he was part of. And I had asked him, I said, why are you giving me your stuff? Don't you have children you could give this stuff to? And he said, well, I do have children. And he's like, they don't really care. They don't take an interest in what their dad did. And I kind of found that sad. Those guys are living history books. And we need to pass that on to the younger generation so that they at least have a little bit of an understanding of what the people before us had to go through in order to survive. Back then, those people sacrificed a lot. Even the people on the home front. Today, when the internet goes out, my goodness, you think that it was the end of the world with some of the youngins today, but back then, those people, they gave up a lot. They had to ration stuff and sacrifice a lot just to survive and get through it. And I'm sure it was a pain in the butt, but they all did it. And I'm sure they did it with some passion behind it. knowing it was the patriotic thing to do. They were a different generation for sure. I know growing up and talking with my grandparents and that, my grandfather wasn't able to get drafted because of a medical thing, but he served as a civilian in this country, making sure the folks did what they did. He was also a fire chief of a fire department, so he did his part here. But it was great to meet somebody like George, who could pass his story on. So I have those books. He actually was a writer for Stars and Stripes. So part of his job working with the doctor was he was his clerk. So he learned how to write. And he wrote for Stars and Stripes. And so after he gave me the books, I had him autograph it and put a little excerpt inside the book. So I still have that, and I'll cherish those, and I'll pass that on when my time comes. But well, thank you. Thanks, Terry. We don't look at it that way when we're doing the job. It's something what we do. When I first became a firefighter, it's very exciting. I mean, adrenaline is a wonderful drug, I'll tell you. I guess it's kind of the same reason why people jump out of airplanes and ride roller coasters. It's quite an adrenaline rush to be able to run into a building that's burning. They have an adage that when the sane people are running away from the fire, the crazies are running into it. I don't know if that's true. I think it may be a little bit true. A lot of us firefighters are a little kooky. I guess we'd have to be in order to do what we do. But it's been a good job. I'm in my 38th year as a firefighter. Been working at it a long time, pretty much right out of high school. And I'm not ready to hang up my helmet yet. But another few years, I gotta wait for my redheaded Irish girl to get ready. Say hi to Terry.
Morning, Terry. The dog's taking me for a walk.
Yeah, thrill seeker. When I was a kid, I was afraid of riding on a roller coaster. When my kids, when we had kids, I was still a little afraid, but of course I was the dad and I didn't want to show that fear in front of the kids, so I would get on the roller coaster. Now I don't mind them now, but when I was a kid, oh yeah, I was a baby. I didn't want to ride those things, but there was just something about, the whole fire service and that. When I was little, I was always part of a group. I was in the Boy Scouts and spent a lot of time doing that. And I guess in a way, it was kind of the natural progression, uniforms and spit and polish and kind of the paramilitary type of lifestyle. And I worked my way up from being what they call a call firefighter up here in the Northeast. It's basically a volunteer, but we got paid for the time that we worked. So everybody works a regular job and they carry a pager. And when there was a fire, you would respond to the fire station and grab your equipment and go to the fire, and you would get paid for that time. So they call it an on-call firefighter versus just being strictly volunteer. So that's how I started out, and I did that for 3 years and put myself through the fire academy here in New Hampshire, and then took several tests at different fire departments, and I actually got hired in my hometown fire department, believe it or not, which was kind of cool. I didn't have to work too far away from home, and I've been pretty lucky that way because over the years, I've worked for four different fire departments. And I haven't worked more than maybe 10 or 15 miles away from my house, which is pretty good. If you want an awesome vacation, you guys should go to the Keys in December. Colleen deserves to hang out with the mermaids. Yeah, I'm with you. You know, we're trying to get some time to go away. I would love to go down to the Keys, and it's funny you mentioned that. You know how there's always ads and things popping up on my Facebook news feed, and one of the RV parks down in the Keys popped up, and I think that's a good idea, Terry. I'm gonna take you up on that. We'll jump in the RV, bring Molly with us, and head down to Florida. Spend some time down there. I would like to see my folks. I haven't had the chance. We got to get the kitchen done first, so we'll be working on that this weekend. We're getting closer. Every day we get a little closer. Got the floor, the underlayment for the floor is down. We got to find a kitchen island so I can attach that to the floor, and then we can tile around it. We're still waiting for the countertop to come. Hopefully that'll come in a week or so, and I can get the plumbing done. We can have our kitchen sink back, the dishwasher. Right now we're using the bathroom sink to do all our dishes in, or paper plates, or we go out to eat a lot. But I think that's a great idea. December, Florida Keys. I'm a huge fan. Sand, sun, palm trees, and nice blue water. That's my thing. We don't have that here where I live. We do have the ocean, probably about 30 miles east of here. But there's no palm trees here, unless they're plastic. Thank you, Terry. You're a good friend. I've been thinking about you guys. How's the car? Have you got the car straightened out? Because I know that was an issue with you guys too. I wish I lived closer to you. I'd come and give you a hand with it. It'd be a long drive for me to come and help. You'd probably have everything fixed by the time I arrived. I was saying yesterday in the stream that I see a lot of our YouTube friends. They do these meetups at different parts of the country, and I would love to do that. Come down your way, meet up with you guys. Yeah, I would love to go down there, and honestly, the less people, the better for me. I'm not a big crowd guy. Molly, come on. Come on. She's smelling something. Poor Colleen's yanking on her. We've had the turkeys they've been casing the neighborhood. I think that's what she smells. Either that or a fox. I saw a fox yesterday too.
The turkeys are huge.
Yeah, the turkeys are getting big.
Although I only counted 7. It used to be 11.
Only 7?
I only counted 7 yesterday.
Yeah. There was originally 11. Colleen said she only counted 7.
I mean, one could have been still in the woods, or 1 or 2, but I also thought, isn't hunting season for?
Yeah, October I think is turkey hunting season. I hate to think that our birds have met their demise from a hunter, but
it could be a fox too. Or other predators.
You know, they live in the wild. There's a lot of danger for them. It was kind of cute seeing in the spring. We saw the adults and all these little babies, little baby turkeys, and now they're all pretty much the same size.
But there's
after several months, so
it's
pretty good to watch. So you're having the car checked on November 2nd. The hybrid needs serviced. Oh, of course. We got a connection, girl. I got to make sure I take care of you, at least, giving you those good positive vibes to help out. We have to take care of each other. That's what it's about. Hey, good morning, Wild Edibles. How are you today? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We're doing our typical morning walk here. We start out in the dark, and it's somewhat light, although you can see the sky. It's kind of overcast today. I think we're going to get some rain, which is it is what it is. We get a little rain here and there. Nothing was like the month of July. I think we had rain every day except for 5 days in July. It's one of the wettest summers, I think, on record. It was terrible.
Yeah, the garden.
Waiting for the great flood to come. Yeah, the gardens suffered. A lot of the local farmers here, their crops kind of suffered as well. Not too much light there. Where are you at? Where are you located?
Come on, this way.
We are in southern New Hampshire, in New England, the great Northeast. It's 6:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here. Yeah, it's that time of year too, where we don't get much light. It gets starting to get dark around 5 o'clock now in the afternoon. And then next week, or when we change the clocks, it'll be dark at 4 o'clock. But that is how it goes. It is fall and winter season. Halloween is next week. It's hard to believe. And then it's on to Thanksgiving from there. So we're going to make the best of it. See how many videos we can make, based on the fall and winter. I haven't been able to get out much just because we've been doing a lot of stuff, but a lot of personal things around the house. But I do, I have, I think, 2 videos I have in the post-production phase where I need to finish editing them and get those done. Hope I can do that this weekend. We have one based on history, Revolutionary War stuff, and then what was the other one, Colleen? I forget now. My goodness. Getting old. Well, we have just walked down the driveway. It's 7 o'clock. I got to be thinking about hitting the road, getting to work. I want to thank you guys for coming in. Special shout out to my friend, Light and Love 73. You are the best, my friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. But Terry's, her and I met when I was hurt a couple of years ago, and we've been friends ever since. Well, I'm glad. It's good. You have to get out. Like I said, PMA, positive mental attitude. Depression can take a hold if you don't keep an eye open on it. And just the fact of getting up, if you can get up in the morning and just get your day started, that's a good start. And then other things, exercise helps too, because you release all those endorphins, the good endorphins. You start getting the good chemicals in your body to come out, and it helps fight those demons that want to take over. So anyway, I can go on and on, but I love you guys. I appreciate you all. I'm very, very, very appreciative of all the friends that we have and we made. Like I said, today's Red Shirt Friday, so although I'm not wearing red, I'm a chief, so I have my white on. But we honor the servicemen and women who aren't in this country, but and are in this country, both that are serving. And maybe in harm's way. So we keep a positive thought and a prayer for those folks. I'm glad to be able to do this every day. Remember, keep that PMA, that positive mental attitude. And I'm going to finish up here like I do every time. I got to change the camera. And I always finish with that right there. That is the symbol of our country. I love that. Those colors right there are my favorite, especially today being Red Shirt Friday. You know, I honor that flag, and I honor those who have helped protect that and keep us free so that we can do what we're doing right now, where we can talk and walk and have fun and be able to spread the love. So to those folks, I honor them today and every day, and I honor you as well. Peace and love to all of you. I hope you have a great day today. Stay safe, would you? We love you guys. So for that, my name is Jimmy. I am the astute tourist. We'll see you later.